Number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7. Now, Martin Stoner's number 8. Number 7. Number 7 on the top 12 pieces of shit, ladies and gentlemen. It's so hard. It's so hard to put these in order, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 7. This is difficult. Coming in at number 7 is none other than Simon Thegg. That's right. Simon Thegg comes in at number 7. I wanted to put him higher, but Cam Hassel put Simon Thegg on the toxic as mediocre. So therefore, I can't put Simon Thegg. I can't put Simon Thegg any higher than 7. Yeah, Simon Thegg comes in at 7. That's right. Simon Thegg comes in at 7, ladies and gentlemen. We left off at 8, ladies and gentlemen, with Marla Stoner the other day, ladies and gentlemen. There was bad weather, ladies and gentlemen. It was bad weather. And I couldn't stream anymore, ladies and gentlemen. And then somehow I was pushing the buttons, ladies and gentlemen. And I accidentally deleted the Kick channel, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are at the Simon Thegg Studios, continuing the top 12, ladies and gentlemen. So number 7, just above number 8, Marla Stoner, ladies and gentlemen. It's Simon Thegg, ladies and gentlemen. I really wanted to rate Simon Thegg a lot higher, ladies and gentlemen, on the old time top 12 pieces of shit, ladies and gentlemen. Under 12 days of pieces of shit, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Thegg came in at number 7. Because Simon Thegg is harmless. Because you got guys like Cam Hassel. Cam Hassel is rating Simon Thegg, and he's only watched 2 or 3 minutes of Simon Thegg stuff. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. He's not paying attention to Simon Thegg. Simon Thegg's talking to the big people. Simon Thegg goes around hanging out with the big people. So this stuff's going to go right over your head that Simon Thegg's talking about. You guys are peons. Especially anybody that lives on the South Island of New Zealand is a peon, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. If you live on the South Island of New Zealand, you are nothing but a peon, ladies and gentlemen. Raised in little sissy boy land, ladies and gentlemen. You ever see the demographics in the South Island of New Zealand? Bunch of pussies over there, ladies and gentlemen. How does anybody from the South Island of New Zealand even know what a toxic person is, ladies and gentlemen? They're living in fantasy land over there, ladies and gentlemen. They got no enemies, ladies and gentlemen. The only enemy they have is a meerkat. And when they live there, they say it's like some kind of raccoon. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Thegg talks. By God, Simon Thegg talks about big stuff. And when he's talking about Bruce Buffer and Dan Mergolati and Dana White. It's because he comes in contact with these people, ladies and gentlemen. You think it's nothing but him just blowing air? Who's toxic and who isn't toxic? Simon Thek comes in at number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Now, moving on, these two idiots share a spot on the top 12, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 6, finishing out the top 12, ladies and gentlemen, of the top 12 idiots. Coming in at number 6 is Hank and Vinny together, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Hank and Vinny together are nothing but a big piece of shit together, ladies and gentlemen. They're like two turds intertwined together, ladies and gentlemen. You call that a load, ladies and gentlemen. They're two turds together. That's right. Looks like we're going to have an internet problem today, ladies and gentlemen. There's some big storms here in Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen. No, Ark is not dead, ladies and gentlemen. That clown is not dead, ladies and gentlemen. The big clown car, the big clown Hirsch from the sky didn't come and pick clown up, ladies and gentlemen. We had bad weather in Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It was bad weather, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 6 is Hank and Vinny together, ladies and gentlemen. They did that frown photo. That stupid frown photo together, and it was supposedly Vinny's idea that he stole from Simon Thek, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody's going to do it, let Simon Thek do it. Because Simon Thek is nothing but perfection. Simon Thek is perfection, ladies and gentlemen. I should be teaming up with Simon Thek, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Thek is the best, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Thek came in at number 7. Marla Stoner came in at number 8. That's when I had the bad weather. And they're watching me. They're watching the weather report on me, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is MMA Joey. Yeah, look at MMA Joey. Yeah, I went backstage with MMA Joey. I know I've told you this story 6,000 freaking times, ladies and gentlemen. 6,000 times, ladies and gentlemen. But MMA Joey, we went backstage with MMA Joey, and he was scared. He was scared to confront me, the clown, backstage, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, backstage is supposed to be scarier than actually being on a live stream. And we don't have anybody working with me today in the Simon Thek studios. Bunch of idiots think there's a holiday today. No, coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 4 is Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. So we got number 8, Marla Stoner. Number 7, Simon Thek. Number 5, number 6, Hank and Vinny together. Number 5, MMA Joey. Number 4 is Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at the top 12 pieces of shit for Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hunt. The guy that makes every syllable 6,000 minutes long, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Bunch of idiots don't know to come in and what to do. I think we fixed it, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3 is Giuliani, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2 is BK. And number 1, you think it would be Cam Hassel. But I tell you what, Cam Hassel, he isn't toxic at all, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Hassel is a big piece of shit, ladies and gentlemen. You can even ask Simon Theft.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are live for the Clown Show. I'm finally back, motherfuckers. It's me. It's the Clown. That's right. Had to take a little bit of a break, but I want to let everybody know I ain't afraid of nobody.
Nobody, ladies and gentlemen.
Is back in action, and I'm here to address God things. All right? I'm tired of everybody making up their own conjectures.
That's right, I ain't dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know me?
That's right.
You know me.
None of you.
To set some things straight about what, by God, is going on around here. I've seen people in my...
We got Brandon K in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Harassing me, folks. Oh, they're crying. They're getting upset. Question marks. The whole caboodle. And nobody knows what the clown is going through except for me.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Look who we got here today.
I had bad weather, ladies and gentlemen.
I haven't seen you in the chat for a while, buddy. Where you been? Where you been? Why haven't you been in the clown streams? I didn't see you in the last Mecha stream. You showed up at the very end.
Brandon K thinks he got rid of the clown, ladies and gentlemen.
We were wondering, what? Why were you
The big Hearst, the big clown car has not came and got the clown yet, ladies and gentlemen.
We're having fun here, folks, right? We're having fun here. John Dong is here. I'm not thinking about the John Dong right now. I'm thinking about the Poontang. I'm thinking about that Poontang vibe. And where's Hank? Where's Hank? I think you can get a reference like this. Where is Hank? What is going on? Why isn't Hank on the show?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's some bad weather here, ladies and gentlemen, in Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen.
In the next 5
I don't want to tell people because they're going to find out where I live. They're watching the Weather Channel, ladies and gentlemen.
Fire. Done. There ain't going to be no elimination, boy. If you ever...
The last Mecca has been stinking up the place, ladies and gentlemen.
In any sort of way, shape, form, or...
And Brandon K, I just went and looked at your website, your YouTube channel today, and there's only one video on there. The hell happened to you?
Music off! Music off! We're getting real serious here. Hank, if you do anything that bothers the clown or makes fun of him in any way, I'm going over there and I'll, by God, kill you. That's right. I, the clown.
Fuck the clown, ladies and gentlemen. We got Brandon K in here, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon K is my new best friend, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new clown, ladies and gentlemen.
You're in a whole heap of trouble, all right?
Brandon K. Brandon K is going to be in a whole heap of trouble, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, there's Hank. Okay, finally. Hank.
Who's coming on the stream to confront the clown, ladies and gentlemen?
I said the clown show.
We're gonna talk about my career, ladies and gentlemen. That BK ended, ladies and gentlemen.
To notify you, all right? It's on you. It's on you.
Whatever you do.
Okay.
Don't brag if you got Brandon K in your stream, ladies and gentlemen. He's like the Grim Reaper. Like Simon Feck has that
explain a few things, all right?
The Plague Doctor mask, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon K is worse than the Plague Doctor, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm here to tell you.
Brandon K is the end of your life, ladies and gentlemen. How did you know it?
Knockoff alternative account of me is still here to carry on his legacy, as well as maybe make a few mecha eliminations. That's right.
What do we got, ladies and gentlemen?
DTA, don't trust nobody.
Don't trust Brandon K.
Here, folks. And I have
Brandon K stuffed my 6-year career down the toilet, ladies and gentlemen.
Merciful life and death to Hank the Tank to decide on. So everybody, I hope everybody's here.
Simon Feck retired, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna give you a deadline.
I'm here listening to Hank.
My God, Kickster, what do we got? We only got 2 viewers. Oh my God.
Hank and Vinny.
It's worse than it's ever been. It's the worst it's ever been. See, this is why I'm quitting, guys. This is why I can't take it no more. I can't stand liars. I can't stand people who don't want to be here on.
I can't read that, Brandon.
Important elimination.
Mary shit shoes. I don't know what the hell he's saying. I can't read that shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody else is fucking around with the clown.
With the clown, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't settle for nothing. I settle for shit. So people want to mess with the clown, you'll get the honky. That's right. I don't fuck around. I don't mess. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me try to put up a banner of all the members.
I guess I don't have anything to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Active. We're still here. Let's see.
You got to tell people, ladies and gentlemen.
One second.
Simon Feck wanted me to come on here and check everything out again. He hasn't been live in 6 weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
And Hank, I gotta tell you, Hank, you're really lucky that the clown spared you because, my God, have you turned the table?
All right. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We're just checking things out, ladies and gentlemen. We finished out the clown's top 12, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God, I'm missing one.
Number 2 is BK, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn it. I feel like I'm missing someone big.
Now, who could be worse than BK, Brandon K, Burger King, ladies and gentlemen? Who could be worse than Burger King, ladies and gentlemen?
Hold on. I might have to be gone for a little bit.
I did marathon streams. I streamed for you.
With all this bullshit.
By God,
people saying
Brandon K ruined my career, ladies and gentlemen. 6 years down the toilet, ladies and gentlemen. That's right.
All of a sudden, they're the little.
All right. It was a practice stream, ladies and gentlemen. I guess everything's okay because Brandon didn't complain about anything, ladies and gentlemen.
They got a big hole that they got to fill. By
Maybe Simon Feck will come back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen.
It was me, the clown. I originated MMA YouTube. Who else was talking to their live chats and going live every single by God day?
By God day, ladies and gentlemen.
Screaming at him